All right, everybody, welcome out to the Log Room Guys Craft Beer Show. It is Tuesday, December the 6th, 2022. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me, as always, is none other than Mr. Beer Samurai. Say hello, Mr. Samurai.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you on this fine evening?
I'm a little hungry.
Well, you should do something about that. I figured you'd be eating already.
I am, but I just didn't time it right. It's taking a little longer than I thought it was going to take.
Oh, geez. How much longer is it going to take?
I don't know. I can't see the microwave from here.
The microwave?
Yeah, it's the microwave. I'm nuking something.
Oh, I got you. Well, normally
it's National Microwave Oven.
Happy National Microwave Oven Day. There you go. You know, this would be good if you actually had it timed properly, so that it's
timed properly. We got to BS a little bit. And,
well, that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to stretch it out a little bit.
Oh no, I had something to stretch it out, and you just blew that right out.
Oh, go ahead. You go for it.
I was going to talk about if you.
Oh, there you go.
See, now it's all the timing's all off. Screwed. I'll be right back. I got to go get my thingy. Hold on.
There you go. He's got to go get his thingy. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as you were so hoping that we would talk about National Microwave Oven Day today. So seems hot. I think it is. Maybe it's just Dave saying that.
Oh, okay, that's hot.
All right, it's hot.
It's hot.
Is it a hot pocket?
No, I wanted to have a hot pocket, but I didn't go out today. I was too busy at work.
This is one
of those Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, so you're eating breakfast for dinner?
I always eat breakfast for dinner. I love breakfast for dinner. So you've
got
to breakfast.
Well, happy National Microwave Oven Day.
Yes, but we're also celebrating something a little. I don't know. The microwave oven is a very, very important thing, but I don't know. The other thing we're celebrating today
is a little bit more important to why we're here in the first place.
Yes,
and I don't mean that existentially.
Yes, it's not National Procreation Day or anything like that.
Not at all.
Yesterday was a very important day for
our community,
a large segment of people in our country.
Sure, absolutely, right? And that would be.
No, it was Repeal Day yesterday.
It was Repeal Day. So happy belated Repeal Day.
Yes, there we go.
Happy belated Repeal Day. We pay homage to Repeal Day every show. Well, by drinking, yeah, sure. But Repeal Day was in what year?
1933.
1933, correct. And that's why we do a top 3 list at the end of the show. So there you go. So
yep. And if you're regular watching the show and you don't know that, you're not paying attention.
You're not paying attention because we, kind of bring that up every week, and we've only been doing this for about 2.5 years. So.
Or they've turned the show into some sort of drinking game. By the time we get to the top 3s, they're drunk out of their mind.
This is true too. That's always a
possibility. Yep.
Very true. Very true. All right. Well, I think it's time for a beer. While you crack it, while you crack yours, I should say, I think we should bring our guest of honor for the
who has already cracked her beer.
Who has already cracked her beer before we even started. Before we sent her the link.
She's another one of those who pre-gamed the show.
She pre-gamed the show, but once you see the beer she's drinking, you'll understand why she pre-gamed the show. So here we go. Please welcome to the show, Ms. Alexis Degan. Thank you. Hi, Alexis. How are you?
Guys, hi. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to start yet.
No. You can. Everybody does beforehand.
Oh, we've had some that have deeply pre-gamed the show.
Well, I mean, think about it too. We have a lot of brewers and breweries on the show, and a lot of them will actually stop what they're doing later in the afternoon, early evening, and get on. Now, obviously, they've been QCing beer all day, so either way, they're pre-gaming, right? So how are you on this fine evening?
I am good. I'm still at work, so I've also paused what I'm doing, but the day's over, thankfully.
Well, that's always a good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
but living the dream like you do.
Living the dream every day.
That's funny because John and I are at work too because. Well, he does a lot of work from his desk, and I do a lot of work from home. So
technically, we're sitting at our, one of our places of work.
We're hard at work, people.
All 3 of us, absolutely right.
Yes.
So, all right. So you know what, Dave? What beer are you drinking? Let's put that up there.
I'm drinking a carton beer.
Nice.
Jumping Trains. This is their ESB. Mm-hmm. They had this on the hand pump at the brewery at one point.
They did.
I don't know if it's still on.
Well, it was on when
we were there.
It was on when we were there
on Epitome Day.
On Epitome Day.
No, you're not.
I'm sorry. Epitome.
Magazine, Eric.
Exactly right. Exactly. So that's good. Alexis, I'm sorry. What beer?
Oh, I am drinking Call Me Chris by Bonesaw Barrel Aged Imperial Stout.
Very nice.
Again, if you're gonna pick one beer, pick a big one.
Yes.
This is very, very, very true.
You know,
Wise words.
it's stout season, and I love to warm my cold dead heart.
A stout will definitely do that.
Right?
Oh, stop. So, however, hold on. Let me take the obligatory picture here. That I need to check in.
It took us about 12 episodes for John to start using the correct word for that.
Right. See, okay.
No respect.
I tell you, I get no respect. I tell you.
Well, that was like my cardiologist. His diagnosis for me that I was old and fat, and I asked for a second opinion. He said, "Oh, you're ugly too.
You're ugly too, right?" Yeah. Exactly. All right. For my first beer here, I will be drinking a Bolero Snort beer, but it's Beak. The Czech Dark Lager.
That is a really, really good beer.
There you go. Right.
Nice.
There.
We make fun of these guys all the time.
Gruden.
And their use of lactose, but this one, this shows that they don't need lactose to make a good beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Is that time of the show? So, prost. Chindan. Oh,
it's a
very nice. We got a couple comments already. Let's put that up and see what they are. Here we go. We have Al Gattulo says it was delicious. That casket carton. Hi everyone. Hey Al.
Hey, Al.
Yeah.
You were there. We were all together there that day on the Epitome.
Oh, and now some
Epitome.
and some spam.
And some spam. We got some spam.
Ooh.
Oh no, it's just Campanile.
Oh no, it's just Campanile. Not spam. Love the Rodney lines. There you go. Hey, I tell you, yeah. My wife's cooking. Oh, it's horrible. Oh.
The front
flies
runner,
in the neighborhood shipped in to fix the hole in the screen door. I tell you.
He is the front runner of the John Fladong Giants Rant Over Under on Facebook.
He is the front runner.
He is the front runner.
Dave, you're doing me proud. There you go. All right. Anyway, all right. So let's kick this show off, if you will. Let's start with the question we ask everybody, Alexis. If you are not
you were gonna use obligatory again, weren't you?
No, I
Oh, I
wasn't.
thought you were gonna say the obligatory question.
No,
Standard opener.
No, I
It works.
can actually stop. I know it works, but I wasn't going to say that. So
I thought you said, "Oh,
I'm going to ask the question we ask everybody. It was a pregnant pause. That's all it was. It wasn't stopping to think of another word.
Wasn't me."
That's not what I heard. But in any event, Alexis, what is, to the best of your recollection, the first craft beer you could ever remember having?
Well, so it depends. I think like long ago I had a Killian.
It can be an ish. Killian
when it was still craft, but I always credit Avery White Rascal as my gateway craft beer.
That is a very interesting gateway.
I know, and
Rascal.
White Rascal. I tell you, and I like my origin story. It's I dated a guy. I was living in Colorado. He was trying to get me to drink beer. I was like, I do not drink beer. Beer is terrible. And he's like, no, the beer you drink is terrible. Like gun to your head. What are you drinking? And I was like, well, Blue Moon with a thick slice of orange in it. And he was like, well, you're not having that either. And I was just like, this is pulling teeth, right, with me. He's like, Avery White Rascal, you can have the orange in it, it's fine. And I was like, wait a minute, what is this? And he's like, it's craft beer. I'm like, no, like this is amazing. And that was like the start of this hedonistic 3 years of early aughts Colorado craft beer. Got to try a lot of really great craft breweries out there. Avery didn't even have its own tasting room back then.
No.
They did this strong ale fest that I think they stopped doing in like 2017. but like I got
Too many
to
people
go-
passing out.
Listen, so
Well, I mean, it's beautiful grounds outside Avery. So if you're gonna pass out, that's a nice place to
yeah,
pass
but
out.
like
in,
this is 2006, 2007. They didn't
Oh,
have
right.
their tasting room. They
No,
had it at
no.
a bar in Boulder, and my ex's buddy was the manager there. So like you would get like 16 tickets for like 2-ounce pours for these like huge beers, and nobody would take my tickets. No one would limit me to 2 ounces. I would get shitty wasted on beers that like Alexis today would be like paying hot money to try. And that
Right.
back then I was like, oh, Mephistopheles barrel aged, I don't really like it, and hand it off to somebody else. And it's like, oh, cool, you dumbass.
Right.
But like, Mountain
Just-
Sun and all these like great Left Hand New Belgium when they were tiny and I didn't know what I was experiencing, but it was a beautiful way to learn how to drink craft beer.
That's not a bad place to learn either.
Oh, it was, and again, I didn't know what I had, right? Like Boulder, Colorado, like there was a craft brewery, there was a brew pub on every block, like places you'll never hear of unless you go out there, like the Walnut Street Pub. You don't know what that is. It's just a random restaurant that makes its own beer because it's just like on Walnut Street in Colorado, in Boulder. I mean, and this is the thing, like so many breweries, so many just like brew pubs, just like there. And then so I came back to Jersey in 2009, and I was like, "Where's all the beer?" I just thought I just thought I hadn't noticed it.
Well,
Well,
well, you look at it this way: 2009 in New Jersey, there was what, 8 breweries?
yes.
8
yes.
breweries in New Jersey. So
As opposed to
the 8
2 years later.
breweries on the one block you were on the day
Correct.
before you came back.
Yes, yeah. I just I didn't know. Like we would just get bored and like, oh, let's just like pop over to some breweries today. Like it was just like a thing, and I didn't, and so, coming back here in 2009 and just trying to I found like a dusty little can of White Rascal on some forgotten shelf in some random, liquor store sometime, and I was like, Mecca.
Right, exactly. And you looked at and it was like 3 years old, but I don't care. I'm drinking this beer.
I'm drinking it. It was dark times for this girl, is all I'm saying. It was like, I didn't know I didn't know what to do with myself.
There was absolutely every reason why New Jersey had the largest distribution of craft beer into the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was none here. Or very little here.
There was very little.
Yeah, I was selling craft beer then for one of the breweries that was in New Jersey.
Yeah,
it still is, but then.
Yeah.
So actually, I was selling in New York, but that's because.
Yeah, and listen, we're all standing on the shoulders of the giants that were there in 2009. Thank God for them, honestly, because they fought the fight to get.
They fought the good fight to get where we are now. Absolutely.
And it was rough. It was a rough
We've had a lot of them on the show, and we thank them profusely.
Yeah.
When they come on the show. So
sure. It was. Yeah, it was an interesting time.
Who I like referring to as one of the grandfathers of craft beer in New Jersey, and that would be Mr. Rick.
Mr. Rick Reed.
Mr. Rick Reed. There you go.
And then one of the OGs up in I always get the town wrong. Bloomingdale. No, Butler.
Some Butler. Yeah, Greg Zaccardi. He was just on too.
Greg was
which is funny is because I mean Rick is like I said, one of the grandfathers of craft beer in New Jersey, but Greg is actually our age.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it in New Jersey longer than Rick has.
Yeah. He's one of the great grandfathers.
Yeah, right. Wait, what does that make us?
Methuselah.
Love it.
Pretty much. All right. All right. So okay, you come back. You're out in I'm assuming college in
no, it was after college. I didn't know what to do with my life, so I just sticked off and moved to a mountain town in Colorado. Because why not?
Graduated and said, "Screw it, I'm out of here." Boom.
I graduated with a creative writing major, so like moving to the mountains of Colorado to find my muse
seems like a natural progression.
Smoke a lot of weed, drink a lot of beer. Apparently,
who thought your muse would be a White Rascal, right?
Turns out, totally changed my life. So I spent a couple of years back there, decided to come back home and get a proper job, and discover that I had left all the good beer and good weed home.
There you
in
go.
Colorado.
In Colorado. Well, luckily, Colorado's not that far away.
It's
you know,
not, and I have been back.
It's a 3.5 hour plane ride, and you're there. So.
It's 27 hours by car, man, and I've done it. So.
Oh, well, there you go. Fair enough. There was one more comment. I don't know if he's still on, if he bounced off, but Dave said at least someone is proud of me. Yes, yes, Dave, I am proud of you. We're all always proud of you.
We're all proud of you, Dave.
Always.
Yeah.
So, but in any event, so okay, so you go out to Colorado, you do your thing.
Do my thing, bounce around, look at the mountains, look at the winters, and decide.
Well, what's great is like in Colorado, because you're in Denver, right? You can look at the winter in the mountains, but not be in the winter in Denver. So
here's the thing. Yes, normally, yes. My first winter, I was living in the mountains, and it snowed for 13 weeks straight.
Fair enough.
13 weeks. Colorado didn't know what to do with that much snow. They were just like normally, and I found this out that like the other 2 years I lived there, it's hot or it's sunny all day, heating up the pavement. It snows, it melts, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Not when it snows for 13 weeks straight.
Yeah.
When it snows for 13 weeks straight, CDOT runs out of its plow budget by December.
Mm-hmm.
Not great. I was just like, it was a wild time. I, spent a lot of time down mountain and riding on people's couches and, figuring shit out. But like, they were all like, literally like long-term Coloradans were like, I don't know what to do with this amount of snow. Like, I just can't. I'm moving to Florida. I was just like,
They can't smoke it. They don't know what to do with it.
Exactly.
Correct. But no.
But you were in the mountains. But now, was it snowing like that in Denver too, or was it?
Yes. It was. So in the mountains, they were fine. My neighbor, my landlord / neighbor, had a plow on his truck. Like the mountains, once you hit the Netherlands city limits, everything was plowed because it took a special someone to live in Netherlands at the time, and they were great, and they plowed themselves. But you hit Boulder city limits, and like they were just like, oh.
There you go.
I guess you don't go to work today. It was really funny, but we figured it out, and and it was a glorious time, and I got to experience proper Colorado winters the next couple of years and understand what they were talking about. And
I get you. And anytime I've been out there, I've only gone to Netherlands once.
Oh,
I've only gone to Netherlands once, and we went up. We were there for an hour or two. The one there's it's like rail cars. And there's a coffee shop in it.
Yes,
you know what I'm talking about. So had coffee, pulled around there for a bit. Then we came back down and went back to Boulder. We're hanging out in Boulder. That was the only time I ever had altitude sickness. Because I went up to Netherlands and then came right back down.
Ned's at 8,000 feet. It is not. It's no joke.
No. Oof.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, that's up there.
I was a good hour on a bench on the walking street in Boulder, just with a bottle of water, just and that, and then I was fine, but that's the only time I ever experienced it, and it was not fun. And apparently it was mild too, but it was still not fun.
Oh, it's no joke, and and I went out to Colorado with the New Jersey legislative delegation to learn about legalizing marijuana, which was awesome. And I told all my friends who were going out with them, I was like, listen, drink all of the water.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, once you think you've drank too much water, drink more water. And I just kept beating this into their heads, and they were teasing me about it. And then the first day, the one guy, because they got there before I did, he was like, I didn't drink enough water. No. He was like, I was wandering around the science center fully lost. I was like, it's not that big a science center. He's like, yeah, I know. I was lost because I had no idea where I was on the planet.
Right.
This is amazing. This is the most Colorado thing ever. So since I don't know where Netherlands is, I pulled it up. It's got a population of under 1,500 people.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing that's the most Colorado thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
Population under 1,500, they have a Nepalese restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Kathmandu.
It's like the first thing that popped up was this.
That's
amazing.
Listen, there's a strong Nepalese population because, mountains. They have, gorgeous Nepalese food. Kathmandu is where I learned how to eat that type of food. They have this lunch, or they did 20 years ago, have this lunch buffet that was just phenomenal. And my neighbor was like, come on, you're going to learn how to eat Nepalese. And it was glorious. And I love that place.
Yes.
They also have a thing called Frozen Dead Guy Days. Yep. Because at one point, so some some foreign national, his father passed away, and he put his body in a tough shed, did a unofficial, cryogenically frozen tough shed situation with his dad, and the town made a 3-day weekend festival around the
Frozen dead.
Discovered cryogenically frozen.
It's not someone didn't leave. Someone hadn't left a rogue beer out in the snow.
Yeah, no. Listen, I mean,
No.
I thought we could talk for hours about my life in Colorado. Like one New Year's Eve today, hung out in the hollowed out ice berm, like by the side of the road, the plowed snow that the baby daddy of my roommate, who was an ice rock climber, had chiseled out to live in while he was hanging out in town to see his baby mama. And I hung out, I'm not kidding, I'm sitting on his climbing gear in this igloo on the side of the road across from the bar that we just got wasted in. Netherlands is a special place.
It's a very special place. There you go.
I'm
sad I only spent 2 hours in it. Had I spent longer, maybe I wouldn't have. Maybe would have acclimated a little bit more and decompressed a little bit slower when I came down. So.
Yes, water, deep breathing and time. Right. But yeah, it's a crazy place.
It is. All right, so you come back to Jersey.
Come back to Jersey. Discover there's no beer. Not accidentally, I just happenstance was working for one of the legislators that was working on the 2012 craft beer bill. Donald Norcross, he's a congressman now. I wasn't in his legislative staff. I was in his comms person, communications. But on the day that they were celebrating the passage, they had, Flying Fish, I want to say, and Iron Hill had done a collab, and they were tapping the firkin. And my chief of staff is like, Alexis, you know beer, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, they're tapping a firkin of a collab, and they've asked Donald to pour the first beer. And I'm like, you don't know what any of those words are, do you? He's like, no.
No.
Can I come? And he's like, no, you got to teach Donald how to pour a beer and tell him what those words mean. And I'm like, okay, fine. Because Donald doesn't drink. But so I got to work for him and I worked with the breweries that were starting out, early conversations with Forgotten Boardwalk and Village Idiot, Rich Paul May, who called me up and was like, I'm reading this bill and it says that I can basically just make beer and sell it out of my tasting room. It doesn't say I have to distribute, and that's a whole other fight, but was the first person, and he was like, and I'm gonna make it happen, and just getting to know the breweries as they were starting out, starting this journey of the craft beer industry that we see today. It was really a cool thing to be part of.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So now
you went. So once that happened, obviously, at some point you involved yourself. You got involved, I should say, how did you lead to? Let's get to from there to the Brewers Association.
Yeah, well, I became the beer maven of LD5, and then Donald went to Congress, and his successor, this woman, Nilsa Cruz Perez, who's still the senator there, was like, let's talk about some bills. And I was like, listen, there's a lot to be said for craft alcohol, in the state, and she spearheaded with Assemblywoman Pam Lampett. She spearheaded the cidery the cidery and the meadery bill, and some other craft producing, so I got to know even more of the industry. And I drink a lot. I drink a lot, and I know people. And
well, what is a lot?
Well, I was just
What's
I
a
was-
lot to some is not a
right.
lot to
I
others.
drink a healthy amount. I know like and so I got, in 2018, I want to say they were, doing the NJBA was going through some changes. They were looking for an executive director. I have known their lobbyists since I was very young because I've been involved in a long time, and he suggested me, and I got to run the NJBA for 2 years, which was,
That's
a
awesome.
lot of fun. It was, I will say it was like, this is it. This is the only job I ever need for the rest of my life. It was glorious, but
Great.
COVID kind of put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, it seemed to do that to a few things.
Yeah, but listen, I was, proud to be able to be with the industry at that time and help. I feel like I helped get them through at least some parts of it. The early days, at least there was lots of phone calls, lots of Zooms, lots of my roommate coming home and going, have you eaten today, because you don't look like you have, like you might want to put on a different shirt, that sort of thing. It was but it was fine because this is the beer industry is phenomenal. I love
There's nothing like it. There's absolutely nothing like this industry, and I've told everybody that, and I will continue to tell everybody there's absolutely nothing like the industry we are in. So.
Yeah, the most infuriating people on the planet. I love you all.
But it's done with love.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Because, right. And then on the other side, the most generous, giving, selfless.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I mean,
creative, interesting people.
What other business anywhere in the world that is so closely, I'm going to say closely, it's close knit, obviously, but that's why it's like this, but so closely competitive in a lot of ways, shelf space, tap space, people visiting, everything else, that number one are as caring about their neighbors as they are.
Yep.
And an industry where, for instance, like a bookstore opens up, right? And then another bookstore wants to open up across the street. That first bookstore is going to do everything it can to stop that other bookstore from opening up, right? Brewery opens up. Another brewery wants to open up across the street. Come on, I'll help you. Get in here.
Yeah.
Let's see, anybody else. Let's get another one across the other street.
They're there on MASH day.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, so many times I would be like at a brewery unannounced because I love to number one, breweries never lock their doors, so you just walk in all the time. God bless you. I just walk in. I'm
gonna open it anyway if somebody knocks. So
true.
Stop the gas from needing that.
John just made a note when I open my brewery. Lock the door.
Lock the doors. Alexis, proof.
Give Alexis a key, but lock the door.
No, swear to God, yeah. But so many times I would come in unannounced, and there'd be 3 other brewers there, somebody dropping off grain, somebody picking up hops, somebody being like, does anybody have extra cans lying around? When pandemic was happening and nobody had cans, one of the breweries was like, yo, do you know anyone who's got cans? And I kind of set out a signal, and then a couple months later that brewery was in a position to turn around and rain cans on everybody else. I mean, it was just constant giving of each other to each other, of themselves to each other.
Absolutely.
I watched the shit that the 3-4 breweries in one town do together, because you make a destination.
Absolutely. That's it.
It's awesome.
If you're, it's and every brewery, and I mean, to a point, almost every brewery that I know is like that. And even the ones that aren't 100% like that are maybe only 80% like that, right?
Right. Listen.
They're a needle in a haystack, those ones.
Right.
So.
Are people at odds sometimes with each other? Are people like, that guy's dead to me? He's dead to you until he's not, that's, and certainly.
Until the next festival.
Until you need a half a pallet of base malt, and he has it, and he helps, and he hooks you up. Oh, I love him so much. Wait, I thought he was dead to you 2 months ago. Well, that was 2 months ago.
That was right. No, listen.
Right.
I would say, yes, I so few assholes, so many assholes, but so few assholes.
The assholes have the biggest hearts.
Exactly.
Yes. No, I love them. They know I love them. I hope.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dave, are you pouring your second beer there?
Poured, past tense.
Poured.
Oh.
Have you poured your second beer there?
I have.
What
And
are
what would that be?
This is a beautiful bunch of can art.
Oh, look at that.
There we go.
go.
Yeah, this is lovely. This is Glasgow Smile from Nightmare Brewing.
Nice.
This is, and I guess a Glasgow Smile means that your face has been slit open with a knife
Sure.
from side to side. Sounds like
Sounds
that.
about right.
But this is an interesting beer. This is a fruity goza, and it's soured on wild Scottish bilberries.
Wild Scottish what?
Bilberries, and I hope bilberries aren't just the same thing as schnozberries. With heather, whoever she is, lemon zest, raspberries,
Conditioned on heather. They stood her in the fermenter and just poured the beer over her.
Yeah,
Listen,
no,
it was the best day of Heather's life.
They locked her in the tank.
It's a spa day. Hello.
Right,
There you
exactly.
go. She came out with glowing skin
Glowing
and
skin. The best
clean
hair.
pores.
Are you kidding me? That hair.
Little sticky. She took a shower. She was fine.
It's okay. She's fine.
Yep, she's surrounded by beer and bilberries.
Yeah.
But also lemon zest, raspberries, and blueberries. So this is
Interesting.
It's
Interesting.
interesting.
beer.
I like.
Well,
I'm
and
like-
this is this great point, right? You know, and I got to experience it, right? Like this is my origin story when it comes to beer. Is like I don't know what you're talking about. This doesn't taste like beer. Nothing tastes like beer, right? Beer is an umbrella term, and I think that the uneducated, the macro drinker thinks they know what beer tastes like,
Right.
and they think either they like it or they hate
No.
it.
You know what? And no offense. Drink what you want.
Yeah,
Right.
drink what you listen.
What's my statement on
Drink what you like. Let others drink what they like. Don't be a douche.
douchebag.
Exactly. Don't be
Yeah.
a douche. Bob from
But-
Kings Road will talk about the unappreciated artistry of a Coors Light that you can have anywhere in the world, and it will taste exactly the same.
Mhm.
You will
Yes.
know exactly how it will taste, and you can bank on that.
Right.
And there is, and that's hearing him talk about that was really eye opening for me because that's a century, right? Like how old is Coors? 100 million years old. Like
Right.
that is time and history behind that beer. There is a value to that, and
Well, like I'll be the first to admit, I've on occasion, and technically at one specific place because they don't have any craft beer. Now there's a craft beer brewery across the street from them. I'm referring to Rutt's Hut.
Yes.
nice.
If I went to have a couple of hot dogs and I really, really, really wanted a beer, it was a choice between Labatt's, Bud Light, or Coors Banquet.
Oh, there's one other you're missing.
What's that?
Miller.
Oh, they had Miller. Yeah, no, they didn't have. No, there was no Miller.
Oh, they have Miller. I always ordered Miller.
I had a Coors Banquet. If they had Miller, I would have had a Miller.
Yeah,
but I had Coors Banquet. Yeah.
Yeah, but now with Ghost Talk across the street.
We'll go across the street. You get the hot dogs and go over there.
Beautiful,
So.
gorgeous. See,
Yeah.
beautiful synchronicity. You get
Right.
your hot dog, you get your beer. It's
Right.
happy time.
Exactly.
One thing I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I just like the moral of the story is, my beer, my Call Me Chris, is wildly different. It's a wildly different drink than what you're drinking.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Freaking love that about it. And so I always talk to people about, you haven't met the beer you like yet, which is fine. Find your gateway beer. Let's go drink until we find it. Love that. It's self-serving.
Exactly. No, absolutely. And but yeah, like you said, macro drinkers think they know.
Anybody thinks
beer
they know.
tastes like.
Right.
Unfortunately, what adjuncted, not great tasting light lagers taste like. That's what you know. You don't know what.
Well, what's interesting is you said people say it tastes like beer and it doesn't taste like beer, but every non-beer drinker that I know that will never be a beer drinker.
Mm-hmm.
You can give them a stout, you can give them a porter, you can give them an IPA, you can give them this.
Mm-hmm.
You can give them something out of Bolero's milk tanks,
Mhm.
whatever, and they're going to taste like beer because they just. And those people, there's no point in pushing them into it. They're never going to drink beer.
Well,
No.
and that's why I always
Which is
like
fine.
to. It's fine, but I do like to talk to people. I love to talk to people about what they do drink. It's like, fine, you don't drink beer. That's fine. What do you drink? And based on that, I think really hard about a beer that I think that they will respond to, and I've kind of made it my mission to always have an answer for like whatever it is that you drink. This is the beer you should try, and I'd say 75% of the time I'm successful. And that other 25% of the time, I'd say a good portion of it is just that the brewery that we're at doesn't necessarily have that style that matches with what that person drinks, which is fine. Like that happens. Like I also pride myself in knowing where in the state to go to get that beer that's going to match that style, like the thing that you like to drink.
Right.
And like that does it well, because not everyone is going to do the same everything well, which is fine. Everyone has like those things that they're like just stellar at, and you just send them, you go to this brewery, ask for this thing, try it. This is the thing that you need to meet beer for the first time.
Right.
And I love that about this industry.
One thing I was going to say too is like, and again, not to beat this point, but
but we will.
But we will.
With a stick.
Budweiser, Coors, you say like 100 years, maybe even a little less, something like that.
I don't know. Who can say?
Well, I mean, whatever.
I guess Prohibition's not even 100 years.
Yeah,
old.
it's probably 100 and change, whatever. But
some decades.
But and they, some of those macro drinkers, and again, not to put them down. If that's what they like to drink, have at it. Not to shut out, enjoy. But like Weihenstephaner.
How long have they been doing it?
In another 17 years and 3.5 weeks, they will be 1,000 years old. I think they've been making German-style beers longer than Bud was making Budweiser.
I'd say.
We'll think. Just a bit. So, just saying.
It's fun. One thing I want to bring up, and John and I used to do a segment on the show called Industry News, and we found out that every week there's not always something going on every week to report on. But this is kind of in that vein because we're talking about macros, and we shit all over macros all the time. We don't like what they do with their money.
Sure.
Even if they would make a good beer, I don't want to give them the money because they like to step all over the small guys with that money. So I refuse to give them my money. I don't care how good people say BCBS is this year. Sorry, you're not getting my money. But everyone that I spoke about all agreed on one thing where you're actually rooting for Anheuser-Busch for a change. And that is when the World Cup in Qatar, days before the games were to begin, they banned beer.
Right.
Anheuser-Busch, Budweiser had made 7 million euros worth of beer to send there. They're going to donate that beer to the winner of the winning team, and they've got a lawsuit for breach of contract with FIFA.
Right.
And even the craft beer drinkers like, yes, go.
Sure.
We're behind you.
At the end of the day, it's about beer, and also,
And you denied soccer fans beer? What is? Well, how are there no deaths?
Listen, it's not like FIFA is this great organization that you're rooting for,
they're
right?
evil.
Like, when you've got two great organizations.
Oh yeah, like FIFA, like you said, and not to get into a sports conversation, but when a tiebreaker is how many penalties you had versus how many penalties the other team you're tied with had, and that's what lets the other team go on. And that's come up with another tiebreaker.
Right. Figure it out.
Well, those are penalty kicks. It's not
penalties. No, penalties. When Poland and Mexico were tied
in the group rounds.
Poland actually were tied. Poland had 6 yellow cards. Mexico only had 4, or
But-
vice versa,
But in their
And, yeah.
defense, there's so many things to be pissed at about. That is like the 7th or 8th tiebreaker
Oh.
down the road. You've got to go really, really, really
you
far.
got to get down the hole. I know, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you really no. Be pissed at them for the bribes they took to put it in counter. There's three things that they judge something to be cup worthy for.
Mhm.
Climate,
Mhm.
yeah, because the desert's a really good place to play soccer.
So
Ingrained into the culture.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. And 3, existing infrastructure. How many Qataris died building the stadiums?
Hundreds.
I mean, there's
hundreds.
nothing good about this set of
No.
things. I mean, and I don't do sports ball at all. I call it sports ball. But I know that like shit's going down. Like it's not good. It's not a good thing.
But the point of this
I don't really like sports either.
no, he doesn't. But the point is, it took an organization like FIFA to make us all root for Anheuser-Busch.
Right.
That's I'm telling you how bad FIFA is.
Race to
Right.
that bottom. Race
Exactly.
to that bottom. But
Point taken,
it's
yeah.
beer.
It's beer.
It's the
But it was
advocacy
beer.
of beer and getting people access to beer when they freaking want it, where they want it,
Mhm.
at all times.
Yeah.
Gosh darn
Oh.
it.
All right. All right. So let's talk about what's current for you.
Yes. Well,
All right. Very, very important and behind it 100%. And we'll talk once we're done with the show. We'll talk what we can do, Dave and I can do for it as well. But go ahead.
Yeah, we can do lots of this.
Brewery Strong. Let's talk
Brewery
about Brewery
Strong.
Strong.
Love Brewery Strong. So, again, things we did during COVID.
It's not just a hashtag.
It's not just a hashtag. It's a
Oh,
whole
that's
organization.
Funny enough, that's the hashtag.
It is. It is.
Hashtag
true.
Brewery Strong. It's not
not
just a
a
hashtag.
It's great. No, so yeah, we were formed during COVID to support folks in the industry. We gave a bunch of direct grants with the help of, breweries like, Icarus and, lots of other folks who, brewed a beer, supported the industry. We made sure those dollars were getting in the hands of craft beer purveyors, either breweries or, craft beer bars, because, it's a whole ecology, right? It's not just the brewery, it's also the bars that carry us, it's the liquor stores, etc. So, COVID's over, but we still see this great opportunity to be this support organization for the industry. Is it my way of staying relevant in the beer world other than just my YouTube show, Alexis Drinks, #plug? Yes, 100%. I like to be relevant. I like to be important. I like to maintain the title Lady Beer. But, we just sat down this yesterday to talk about like the future of the organization. We're going to be doing scholarships for folks who are brewing. We're going to be doing, off tasting, workshops. We're going to be, still having the ability to support folks who are in crisis. And we're going to do events and education of the general public and working with bars to make sure we were at a bar and the waitress poured, I would say half of the beers were fully wrong. One of the beers was from May and was very not good. She handed us a stout that was yellow, and it's this is definitely not a stout. It wasn't a white stout. It was supposed to be a stout. It's this is not that.
Mhm.
Something that kicked, and it was clearly this was a bar that should know better because they tout themselves as a craft beer bar and are a really great supporter of the industry. They had an off employee who didn't know what was going on. We want to go in there and help your employees to know, because here's the thing, right? You have your macros, right? You have your macro drinkers, and craft beer is 2% of the industry.
And
Total.
gaining.
Yeah.
Oh, but 2%, right? So every single interaction with a craft beer at every single point, right? At the tap, at the tasting room, at the liquor store, at your friend's party, every single interaction with a beer is important. is a potential new customer. It's a potential to move that dial to the 3%,
Sure.
maybe 4% one day. We have Sam Adams, and it's still 2%, guys. So, Brewery Strong wants to be there. We want to be there, helping your staff know, and helping your customers and helping your everyone, make beer stronger in the state. And, listen, we have dreams of greatness. Maybe we'll get, there was a time when we're going to be national. We were talking to Maine. We were talking to Pennsylvania. We were drunk.
Hey, it's still a dream.
Still a dream. It's still gonna happen. But yeah, so Brewery Strong, we're just like, and what's great, we're just like, we want to help the industry. Give us money so we can do that kind of thing. We're a nonprofit. We can do some stuff. We can give you, we're fun. I'm like just like all over the place because there's so much.
Oh.
There's so much going on.
It's
Usually going on to love Brewery Strong. Go to brewerystrong.org. But
by the way, cheers.
Cheers. Oh, by the way.
Oh, cheers.
Speaking of Brewery Strong.
Oh yeah, I have that. I possess that glass.
Right.
John is triple plugging for our sponsors right now.
Listen, I'm telling you, this is a gorgeous glass right here.
It is a gorgeous glass.
Oh,
There you go.
Now he's quadruple plugging.
Quadruple plug.
Oh, nice. Love that.
And I noticed you already have the can in the lineup back there.
In the lineup back there. Well, these cans, really quick. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go get after it.
These cans
Wrong
here.
finger.
Yeah, these cans right here.
Still the wrong finger.
These were it's right.
No. I mean on that hand.
Oh, he's saying
we had Volger on the show yesterday.
Listen.
There you go.
All right, so these cans were the first cans off of the line each time. So this was the first can off the line this morning. So yeah, so there's our 5 beers. So there you go. That's that. So this is the one. Unfortunately, this will get tossed, but but it was brewed in collaboration with Turnstile Coffee Roasters in West Belmar, New Jersey.
Nice.
There you go. So
very nice.
Anyway, please enjoy it. Find it on all of your shelves this week.
And where else is there somewhere we can find it? Tomorrow? Was that?
Yeah, like most buy rights.
You're referring to what we were talking about before?
Mm-hmm.
Thursday night at the Mile in Runnymede on North Black Horse Pike.
See, again, talking about those partners in the industry.
There you
the
go.
Mile is a great craft beer bar.
Great. Dave's great.
They've always been such big supporters. They're having a great event. Love them. 9
breweries. Us, Coastal Brew Works. Bolero Snort, Ross Brewing, Twin Elephant, Brick City, Icarus, Tonewood, Bonesaw, and Axe and Arrow. All 9 breweries, 2 beers each. There'll be 18 breweries on tap.
Lineup.
It's a great lineup, and it's such a great lineup for Runnymede because listen, yes, Bonesaw,
Tonewood, and Axe and Arrow.
They're close by, which is awesome because you can go there and you can see beers that you like and then see them, but then you've got like Twin and Ross and Coastal, like they're not local, and I love that they're like, bringing this lineup of like places all over the state, get out of your comfort zone, check it out. That's what I love about stuff like this. It's really cool.
Absolutely. I love every minute of it, and I'll go to every single thing. I'll be there.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
All over. Yeah. So we'll be there, and Nautical Twilight will be on tap as well as we'll have. And I know you've had this one before, our Trojan Seahorse, which is our double dry hop, double New England. So.
Unfortunately, it's a little far for me for a work night.
Well, it's a work night for me too because I'll be working.
Yeah, but you're always
there working.
Yeah,
a work night in the beer industry means you can go anywhere, any night. You can wake up at noon the next day and still work.
Oh no, I got to work all day Friday, so I could sleep a little bit extra. Actually, I can't even sleep a little extra on Saturday because I got to go up to the Cloverleaf.
Oh, another great bar, great place.
And speaking of the Cloverleaf, I've been like bouncing their pen around because every time I go, if they've got like all these pens are like in multiple color combinations, and if I don't have that color combination, I steal the pen. And if I had that color combination and the ink had dried out, I steal the pen.
Right.
But I always tell our waiter, tell Ryan, I'm stealing this pen. But the reason I was thinking of Cloverleaf, you're talking about people needing to know the beers and being that interaction. Cloverleaf is one of those places that put all of their servers through the Cicerone's certified beer server program.
Yeah.
However, mistakes still can be made because people can still have off days.
Sure.
Because Carrie and I ordered what was it? It was the Schwartz beer. I forget from whom. And he comes over with something light and hazy. Both of us look at him. No.
That's definitely not correct.
Oh, it was Icarus's actually. No, that's not right.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he looked at it and goes,
yeah, no, that's not a Schwartz beer.
That's definitely not a Schwartz beer. He goes, he goes, I've been an idiot all day.
Or there's something so wrong with the line.
Yeah, exactly.
Really,
like so wrong.
But and you talk about not that I like bringing this up at all by any means, but I'll just bring it up really quick. Like the Cloverleaf, you talk about that, how great they were,
great, yeah.
and how great they were to us too. Because 6 years ago we had our fire, and it wasn't just us; it was 2 other houses, so it was 3 families, and they did 3 days later. They did a huge benefit for us.
Yeah,
and then about 3 or 4 weeks after that, a few people in the beer community that, of course, I knew, actually a lot of people in the beer community, got together with Ryan at the Cloverleaf, and they did another benefit.
Yeah.
But like a brewery sponsored benefit at the Cloverleaf with the, so just amazing people and the Cloverleaf and just the community itself. I'm not trying to, hash up, shit from my past or whatever, but just using it as an example, what they do for the community. It wasn't just me. They do that for anybody. They wouldn't do it just for me. They do it for anybody.
I could list so many examples. I don't even know I remember I drove up to some bar somewhere, some NJBA stuff for some fundraiser for some person who was in crisis. It just happens constantly. And this is something like, I constantly advocated for with the, the legislators and stuff like that. Like if you have a problem, a brewery will try to help you fix it. Even if they are drowning, they will find a flotation device to throw to you too.
Yep.
It's amazing. Always, which is why, you fight so hard for the industry and, you still have me just glomming myself fucking on because I can, I love it. I love
no, you do a great job.
Doing
and then also, and I will point out, I'm just looking at the board of directors and the trustees on Brewery Strong. You are the 8th member between board of directors and trustees. You are the 8th guest. 8th person from that we've had on the show.
Well, because we I mean, it's a great organization.
And one of them we've had multiple times, but I won't say Al Gattulo's name. I won't say.
Listen, we're not stupid. We pick some people to give this organization some credence because it's we feel so strongly about the industry, right? And not just beer, right? We all represent beer right now, but craft alcohol. I'm obsessed with craft alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Period. Especially in this state, I barely drink outside of the state. I was on a beer tour, this past weekend in Philadelphia, and they were like, you don't know XYZ about Evil Genius? No, I don't know XYZ about Evil Genius because I am too busy drinking New Jersey alcohol. We're doing amazing shit. I don't need to leave the state. I don't.
No. Yeah, I mean, there's great liquid everywhere. Okay, yes. Make no mistake, there's great liquid everywhere. And Dave and I we've had our guests last week are from New Hampshire, right? And we've had 2 weeks before that, or the week before that, we had a guest from Missouri. The week before that, we had guests from Long Island. So
Listen, there is great, and honestly, my first cidery on Alexis Drinks is not a New Jersey cidery. But
say it isn't so.
I know. But my cousin is cousins with people who own the cidery, and he was like, "Let's go do an Alexis Drinks at Penning's Cidery over in Warwick, New York."
Oh,
fair enough.
Sure.
It was amazing. It was awesome. I cannot wait for that episode. They were super great. Yes, great. There's good liquid elsewhere.
No. But you're right though. This state, there's so much good liquid in this state. It really don't need to go anywhere else.
And it's fun. It's fun when other states come in and we get to talk. New Jersey is on the map. Despite our crazy laws, despite all of
not laws, rulings.
Ruling.
Well, rulings.
Listen, and despite the lack
hopefully,
of clarity,
look, and you know what? And I've said this. I mean, we talked when July 1st happened, and I'm not referring to just the date.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I think the next 6 shows, half of the show was about the ruling, right? I personally think, and of course, you know, forget about this, right? Just as a consumer, you know, and a beer drinker and so forth,
That's me.
Yeah,
that's you,
well,
right.
and that's the thing. I mean,
Sure.
this is, you know, when the first special ruling happened, I was not yet with the NJBA, and it was so funny because when it had started, I wasn't, and then in the middle of it, I was like interviewing for it, and like people were like, "Oh, are you like working for the NJBA?" And I was like, "No," but like truly, one of the biggest things that is an FU to in these rulings is the part of it that is how a consumer interacts with a product.
Mm-hmm.
What a consumer is allowed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know, the how much you're allowed to drink, where you're allowed to consume beer or food. You know, the fact that like breweries can't work with other, you know, stores, like with you know, BYOs or even like not BYOs, like the fact that like they're dictating how the consumer interacts with you know, with a business, which is at the core of a lot of these rulings. It is not just what the brewery is doing. It is putting limits on the consumer interaction. That is something that the consumer should be pissed off about. That is something that the other businesses should be pissed off about. There is a lot in, I mean, sorry, we're getting this in the like in the 10th hour, the 11th hour, but like there is a lot in these rulings that hurt New Jersey's economy, not just for breweries.
Big time.
They hurt the economy in a lot of different parts of it. And there
the food
should
trucks.
be,
yeah,
you know, New Jersey should be this proving ground for eateries, for music, for all sorts of things. And our liquor laws are keeping us from being this proving ground for Manhattan and Philadelphia and Baltimore, like these like massive metropolitan areas. And we, you know, we are anemic, and it hurts the locally owned restaurant. It hurts the small independent artist. It hurts you know, the guy on Main Street trying to make it. These things don't just hurt breweries, and they don't help liquor license holders. They don't. You know, that's why the restaurant industry has, you know, pulled back. They recognize that like this is not helping them. These rules don't help them. They just hurt. They're just hurtful. The people who are perpetuating them are short-sighted. They are trying to protect some imagined future investment, and they are hurting the bottom lines, not just of the breweries, but of like the mom and pops all over New Jersey, the consumer, just everyone. And it's infuriating. Infuriating.
It is.
Sorry, I'm on my little like soapbox.
That's nothing that we haven't said.
No.
And said. Yeah.
And said.
Possibly. We've had some amazing counterpoints on the show to it from brewers, actually, who understand the rulings and where they come from. And in some ways, almost in some aspects of it, agree with it, but also understand how it does limit.
Well,
right. And in fairness, those counterpoints were from people in the industry. And if you watch the show, you know what we're talking about, but I'm not bringing it up on the show. For people that were in the industry many years ago. So
when it was worse,
even with all these new rulings, it's still better for them.
And here's the thing, right? You know, I was, you know, yes, was I a brewery owner back then? No, but I was there in 2012. I was there. I knew the bill as it was introduced. I knew what they were wanting to do from the beginning. And I knew what they, you know, bargained themselves down to. And I know the boot on the neck of the breweries that got those agreements through. I know. I was in that camp of calling brewers and be like, what the hell are you doing? You can't do XYZ, right? You don't know the wrath that you're going to pull down. Like, you don't know the things that are at stake here, right? Self-distro and autonomy and all sorts of things, right? But like, it's 10 years later. We're 10 years down the line, and I've been in a lot of different positions. I've been in a lot of different, I've had a lot of different perspectives. And at the end of the day, the issue really isn't with the beer laws.
No.
The issue is with our liquor license system in general. That is something that needs to change. I don't know how, I don't know how you make it better.
I have a couple of ideas, but
listen, I got ideas, man.
But put them all together and figure out the best way. I've got some
like straight capitalist ideas of past performance does not guarantee future returns sort of situation,
right.
sort of things. But like, at the end of the day, what is hurting everyone? Everyone is prohibition and how New Jersey, reacted to it.
We are still we're still living in 1933 in many aspects of the New Jersey liquor laws. Yeah.
In many ways. And again, the thing for me is how many different aspects of our economy could be better, could be measurably better.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And that's
the thing. At the end of the day, for me, as a person who I don't have any show pony in this race. I got nothing. I'm just a girl who likes to drink alcohol and get on shows and talk about it. Like, I'm gonna have my Alexis drinks and I'm gonna talk about shit and I'm gonna do a brewery strong and fight the good fight. But like, I'm not, it's whatever. But like, for me, it is at this point, right? Because I don't represent anybody. I don't have to worry about, who I'm hurting or helping or whatever. There's too many parts of our economy, our base economy, that is hurt by this.
Big time.
That was the thing I think annoyed me the most about it is they chose to hurt the fastest growing business segment in the state.
Here's the thing. Forget the brewery, right? Let's talk about Mount Holly. I love to talk about Mount Holly. Mount Holly was dying. Dying.
I used to work in Mount Holly. I can attest to that.
Mount Holly was on hospice. It was bad. Mount Holly has 3 breweries, a 4th coming. It has a distillery. It has 3 wine tasting rooms. It has at least 1 liquor licensee, and it is booming. Booming. It is doing great. Let's talk about, I had it in my brain and now it's gone. But honestly, any place that has made an investment in craft alcohol, because there are so many pieces that are attached to craft alcohol. I remember a long time ago, Zeds was telling me how the pizzeria next to them doubled in size since they opened because of the business that they were getting.
So many breweries I go to, I talk to the owners and they talk about, and they don't complain about it, but they'll talk about how many pizza boxes they have to throw out a day.
We talked about that when we had 5 Dimes on the show a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Right? And listen, I know that there are breweries that want to have food. I'm not going to pretend that there aren't.
But very few of them do.
I don't want to have food. I just want to have the availability for somebody that wants food to be able to get food.
Correct.
I have no interest in making anybody food.
And that's fine. Listen, and I'll tell them, guys, you're dumb. Don't do it. And there's the argument oh, well, if you wanted to have food, be a brew pub. Except that a brew pub is tied to a liquor license, and liquor licenses are tied to the false, scarcity of, our system. So you can't get a brew pub in every town.
Right.
So, but that's a whole other thing. I tell breweries chill out on food. But I had a brewery get dinged by the ABC because they advertised that a local BYO, used their beer in a cheese for a burger that they were serving.
That's a cooking ingredient.
In what fucking world should the ABC tell you can't talk about your beer being?
But they
used
could
in
probably
the
make
ingredient?
scampi with a wine.
Right.
That's fine. That's fine. It's not beer. Look, we're not talking about
Hey,
alcohol in
New
New
Jersey
Jersey.
ABC?
We're talking about
Boing.
beer in New Jersey. It's not wine. It's
Well,
not
and listen,
It's not cider. It's not
spirits.
mead.
It's not cider. It's not
listen,
mead. It's
fairly
beer.
the wine thing is a little bit different because you do have to have 3 acres of land to have a tasting
No.
room.
No. Of course, all of that. I'm not even.
No,
But once,
but
but once
still.
they've got that, they can do anything they want.
Right. And that's the thing. At the end of the day, again,
They can
it
have
hurts,
murder
it
games
hurts,
on
it
their
hurts.
winery if they want, right? I think that's
Right.
in there.
It's how many pieces of our economy it hurts.
That was disclaimer. He was kidding.
I'm joking.
So,
No murder games on wineries. Though,
and
the label, the
listen,
can art, I think it's the can art
gorgeous.
from Nightmare that's really just.
no, it's glorious.
This is my second one.
Glorious.
This is your second from Nightmare. It's Chelsea Grin, right?
This is
I know.
Chelsea Grin, and again, a Chelsea Grin apparently is someone having their face slit open at the mouth by a knife.
Let's Google what a Chelsea. I mean, I'm going to Google a Chelsea.
Google what a Chelsea Grin is. Jimmy, get on that.
But this Jimmy, yeah, we used.
There's a band.
There's a
What's
band.
that?
called Chelsea Grin?
American deathcore band out of Salt Lake City, which is ironic because we're talking alcohol. Salt Lake
There we
City,
go.
Utah.
Actually, they've got a lot of breweries in Salt Lake City, and Uinta gets away with, they've got some exceptions to Utah's beer laws there.
And that's the thing.
Hold
right?
on. Here we go. A Glasgow Smile, also known as a Chelsea Smile or a Glasgow Chelsea Heighten, a $1.50 or a Cheshire Grin.
Cheshire Grin.
Ooh,
Okay.
Grin.
ooh.
Is a wound caused by making a cut from the corners of the victim's mouth up to the ears, leaving a scar in the shape of a smile.
Why so serious? But this one's another sour. It's a sour ale, not a goes this time. It's a sour ale. It's soured on strawberries, raspberries, with Earl Grey tea and bergamot orange zest. Now, no offense to White Rascal, I am not a wit fan.
That's fine.
I don't like bergamot. It's not the bergamot. It's the cardamom actually that I don't particularly like.
He doesn't like cardamom.
It's cardamom, but
which sucks because I feel bad. I know one beer we will be doing originally in small batches at the brewery, and when we open that up, but it will have cardamom in it.
You're not going to try it anyway. But anyway, so this one with the bergamot, I was like, this is going to be interesting because Earl Grey already has bergamot in it. That's what makes Earl Grey tea Earl Grey.
Sure.
And they add more bergamot to it. So I'm like, okay, so we're gonna have some tea notes to it.
Double Earl Grey.
So you're gonna have the strawberries and the raspberries, and you know what? The bergamot, the strawberries, and the raspberry really balance each other out in this. This is a beautiful beer. Of the two, this is my favorite. I really, really enjoy this one.
Balance is always a good thing in anything you drink or eat, for that matter.
But also, but the complexity to this beer is astonishing. It really is. If you're going to try one sour from these guys and want to know what they're absolutely capable of, get Chelsea Grin. This is I love this beer.
I'll have to. I got to go up. I know you got it up in Boonton at Liquor Outlet. I actually got to go up there next week. So
yeah, you got to grab it while you're there.
I'll grab that.
Liquor Outlet, or as I call it, my favorite.
I do love a good sour.
I
love most beers,
but it's not from Jersey. It's
Bayshore, New York. So
they're Long Island.
A girl could learn to drink, not
and a little bit. There you go.
Listen,
just so if you're gonna look, I know where you are in Jersey, roughly. But I know that. But anyway, you might, if you do venture over into, on the other side of the Delaware from near where you are. Okay.
I do love Philly. I've been to Human Robot.
That's the best.
All right, fine. Because I was going to say, I mean, you got to at very least, go to Human Robot.
Listen, and Philly,
and
Philly
not only
is so great.
Not only for the lagers, but also for the sandwiches.
Right. I didn't eat there.
Pose.
Not eating a brewery.
Eat Pose sandwich. You have to eat a Pose, yeah. So they have what they have set up. It's like they don't have the kitchen. They lease out the space to the kitchen to Pose Sandwich Shop. and they run the sandwiches.
I
And
did
oh my
see.
god,
So I was there with my cousin, the Penning's cousin, and I saw like people running sandwiches. And again, I'm just like used to going to breweries and not eating because
right? Because
Jersey.
you're in Jersey, right? Of course, right?
So, but like, yeah, no, it was a good time. It was a good time. I'm like, listen, this weekend I was at Evil Genius, and then I was at Triple Bottom, which was I had a.
So then you did learn about the whatchamacallit of at Evil Genius that they.
I mean, listen, I've had Evil Genius. I've had Evil Genius a lot.
Kidding.
A lot.
I just brought it back up because you said it before.
I know. I had, but I had
Nice.
I had
Call
the,
out.
yeah. Well, it's funny too because like they were like, you like it was city brew tours and they like asked you. Like,
Oh,
your
right,
name,
yeah, sure.
And they're like, write your name and write your favorite beer style. And like I was with like a bunch of like love them beer drinkers, but like beer drinkers, and they were like, oh my gosh, I put Kolsch plus because really my favorite beer is the beer that's in my mouth, but like. Kolsch, and I guess they expect me to be like.
I like that
IPA.
actually. I might use that actually.
The beer that's in my mouth is my favorite beer.
My favorite beer is the one I'm drinking.
Yeah.
The one in front of me.
Right.
Okay.
And they're like, oh my god, Alexis, I thought you were like a serious beer drinker. Kolsch is your favorite style, and I'm like, do you even know what a Kolsch is, or were you expecting me to say IPA? Like.
Well, because if it's not an IPA, it's not craft beer, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No, but God bless. But Triple Bottom had this beautiful Marzen. I was a huge fan of it. So yes, I can drink non-Jersey alcohol.
There you go.
I can. I would love people to send me. No. I have to. My parents were like, you have too much beer in our fridges. They made a beer fridge and it's full of my beer. They made an extra fridge and it's full of my beer. I have a beer fridge and it's full of my beer. People come to my house and drink my beer, please.
All right, Dave, what are you doing? I'll pick you up.
Come on, Boomers is only 2 hours away.
Well, Dave's 2 hours from you. I'm only an hour. I'm 45 minutes.
Perfect. Well,
where?
You're gonna be
where are we going?
Right outside of Philly.
What town?
Haddon Heights.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Haddon Heights.
Oh, how? It is a tiny little town.
I grew up in Jackson.
Okay. All right.
I worked in Mount Holly.
Okay. All right. There you go. You're getting closer.
We delivered to Cherry Hill all the time.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Cherry Hill. Love it.
Now the proximity from and of course I know this, but I'm just asking you for the people listening that don't know this.
Right.
The proximity from Haddon Heights to Runnymede, where we'll be on tonight. It's really far, right? It's like
so
really a great distance,
so
right?
Far.
It's really long.
I do think because I was talking to Scott Wells, I love the shit out of that guy. He was like some guy who's into white
Russian guy.
Oh, the chicken parm dude, right? That's
right. Chicken parm, man. He was like, listen,
he owns it. What are you talking about here? He owns a dairy.
He was like, actually fun. I don't know. Sidebar. Listen, guys, I talk a lot. Years and years ago, before I was like in the industry, right? My brother-in-law was like, "Oh, do you like craft beer? I have this great cow lime stout. Cow lime. It had to be a sour.
It was a goza, cow lime pie.
Cow lime pie.
Right.
Yes. From like some brewery called Bolero Snort. Like it was like that was like my first Bolero Snort. It was like 100 million years ago. He brought me out to his brother's.
I love where the name came from.
What word? I don't even know.
It was not cow lime, Bolero.
Bolero Snort.
Oh, their names. Yes. Yeah.
I love where that came from.
Bob,
it's Robert Olson's name anagram by someone so much smarter than him, but obviously not smart enough to not marry the man.
I love those guys. But so he was like, he's like, I don't know, South Jersey, it's one big town. But yeah,
Camden County is only one town, right?
It is. Listen, and so I am at the height of Adopt a Family, which is this massive thing I do for my job, my 9 to 5, the people who pay me.
Right.
People,
where you actually make your money. Right?
Yeah.
Where I can
buy things
so you
with.
Can buy like
beer, so I can buy more
beer. Right.
So that goes till 7. So I can get gifts to people who can't afford their own Christmas gifts. You know, that sort of shit. You know.
Sure, I
giving.
get you. Well,
So-
the event at the Mile is from 6 o'clock till, I believe, question marks. Three question marks. I believe.
Right.
It's 3 question marks.
Until
So,
when you're
you
allowed
know-
to leave.
So
Right. I'm gonna try to hit there 7:15. Like I'll leave Collingswood at 7 and get there by 7:15.
and full disclosure, I did while I was making the graphic, this particular graphic, for the show post with you there. I went on your Facebook page and I got that.
Is that like
That's
a
a good
Renaissance?
one.
Is that like a Renaissance festival or something?
It is witchcraft.
Oh,
It's
that was
John
witchcraft.
Henderson's.
That was
So in fact, I think somewhere on my phone I have a picture of me and you, a selfie with you wearing that outfit. So
yeah,
and I was wearing my Guy Fieri outfit. And
yeah,
there he is.
beautiful, amazing. Witchcraft is listen. I mean, I swear to God, because you know we didn't talk made in Jersey, and that's fine. We're gonna it's infancy, and so I've done my first real festival, but like Henderson's a fucking genius. God damn him. I just like worship at the feet of John Henderson.
Another one of the 8 that in Brewery Strong that were on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He's a great
One of the
guy.
names we can say.
one of the names we can say, right?
Well, and I
But,
mean, listen,
we can't say that other one. We don't want to say that other one.
We don't want to say Alcatula again?
No, no.
Oh,
we
the
can't-
one. There's one we can't say at all.
We can't
Well, we can say
say.
it thrice.
We can say it twice. Actually, we can't say it thrice. We can say Augie Carton. We can say his name.
Oh, Augie.
We can't say his name 3 times because if you say it the 3rd time, it's like Beetlejuice. He appears on the show.
I owe him several texts. It's fine. Fine. Love that. I love the shit out. I love the shit out of this whole industry. I can't help it. I love Augie. He's so weird. God damn it. And he knows
But
it.
full disclosure, though, I was taking that picture. I went on Facebook and I got that picture down to use for the show. And whatchamacallit, just
It's a good one. You see that?
That was a good one.
That's freaking white.
And just near that picture, there's a picture of you and Ryan Rakin from Bolero. Ryan from Bolero.
Oh,
Right, Ryan. And Ryan actually was the organizer with Dave from the Mile of this event at the Mile.
cool.
So Ryan's going to be there all night as well. In fact, I'll be with Ryan probably half the day and then all night there as well. So
Love it.
I think
Listen.
I think you need to get there to have a beer and at least take a selfie with me and Ryan.
Sure, absolutely. Listen, it's one of these things. I have clearly no ego at all.
None whatsoever. By the way, we got a Chris Weisner just chimed in and said, "Hey, dudes, what's up, Chris?"
Hey, Chris. Hey.
Oh, yeah, no, I know that guy.
face. I know that face.
I know that hair.
I know that guy. But
Yeah, no,
Hey,
it's
Chris, how you been, man?
how's everything going?
glorious. Glorious. No, it's fun.
So, and I did see that you'll be getting some of this.
Oh, okay.
This week, so
I can head off to.
you can go up to
It's in
Hanover.
Oh, that's right. It's at the Hanover Parsippany border.
It's right that area.
I think the building straddles the friggin' line. Actually, that road that they're on is like might be the border between Hanover and Parsippany.
It could be.
No, because I swear, because a building not too far from him I used to work at, and it's Parsippany.
Right.
And it's really just down the road to the point that if I go there during lunch hour, I see a lot of my old compatriots. They're at the buffet grabbing lunch.
There you go. Because Chris says the parking lot does border Parsippany. I'm assuming.
There you go.
No, I think he means straddle the line.
Straddle the line. There you go. Right. Exactly. Well, we're talking about the aforementioned person that we can't say 3 times because
Right.
he's on
No,
the
Oh
show.
my
And
God, love this
Dave,
guy.
Dave, and I were there, and Al was there. So this is. I mean, this is a motley crew right here.
Oh, I remember that day.
Hey,
Sort of,
hey.
mostly, kind of.
I tell you what, the next time I'm going to Carton is all I'm saying is I need to Uber because that man drank me up. It's hard to get me drunk anymore, and he got me
He'll
drunk.
do it.
Wait. I'm gonna. That man that shall remain
Nameless.
nameless. Got you drunk? No, he doesn't do that.
Never does that.
Does not.
Never,
I've never
never.
experienced that ever.
And the thing is, again, I love. He is. I will say, this is like a little fangirling here, but he is like the epitome of this industry. He is always doing the weirdest fucking shit. He is always
I think he calls it fuckery.
Fuckery. Absolutely, he
There you
does.
go.
He does. And you know, he's playing with like, he was like, oh, this is a beer I made entirely of mushrooms. Of course it is.
All right.
That beer is
Of course
delicious.
it is. I
though.
know.
It's so good.
Oh,
I love that beer.
it's so weird, but like, you know,
John-
He loses so much money with that.
No. We're
He
not
won't
talking the
sell it.
truffle
He
there. We're
refuses.
talking the sour truffle that he had on while we were there. Did you
No.
try
Oh, that
it?
one. Oh, that was fantastic.
No,
Oh,
no,
that was so
something
good.
different. It's something different.
Are you talking about Gilded Lily?
It's not a beer he sells.
Oh, it's something
Am I
he made.
am I saying?
Now you got David and I jealous.
It doesn't.
Mhm.
Listen, Kev, not for nothing. I
texting-
might be.
I'm texting him right now.
I'm texting him
No,
right now.
don't do it, guys, don't fuck with my world. Don't fuck with
It's
my
like,
world.
I am never giving that bitch anything else. If she's
No,
drowning in
seriously,
like
guys, kids, back up. Anyway, but no, I mean, like,
Okay,
like,
we won't out you.
come on, we'll be cool, we'll figure it out. But like, I'm honestly like,
I'm chill.
you know, shit, like he does things, he just like plays with it, right? He's just like, you know, and has from like the beginning. You know,
Right.
I remember this was like so early on. Someone was like, oh yeah, he's doing like blue milk. Before lactose was a fucking thing. Lactose, by the time lactose became a thing, he was bored with it. He was like, I made this coffee stout, but I used no coffee. I'm like, how? Why?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I just like, and I love that. Like that's just like let's see what we can do with it. That breweries have.
I loved blue milk because it pissed off. So
I made this coffee stout because I didn't use any coffee, or I made this coffee stout, but it's not a stout.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
there's no
Or I
stout in
did
this
this thing
coffee
with
stout.
coffee and it tastes not, it has so much coffee in it and it tastes like no coffee at all. Like, of course, because you just want to fuck with people. And I love it. And I, you know, his pen and Tellier, I was like, that's a pun, right? No, it's totally whatever. I just fucking love him. But again,
It was him being fancy. Because
fancy.
atelier is just a French word for workshop.
Atelier.
And I didn't get it because I'm not as smart. I'm not that smart. I'm very straightforward.
No, you're not that snobby. It's just snobby is the word.
And you know what? Again, bless his goddamn heart. I mean, I love everybody.
He has a heart. Oh yeah, he does have a heart.
He does. He's got a huge heart.
He does. It's true. Don't tell anybody.
Anyway.
No, I mean
He
that's
He doesn't want people to know that.
No, he just keeps it very private and wrapped up there.
But
Exactly.
yeah, I am such a beer fan girl, and it's dumb, but I love it. I love you guys. I love all the things.
You got it. Absolutely. All right. So let's wrap up Brewery Strong really quick. Then we're going to do our top threes and we'll wrap up the show. But,
cool. Yeah.
Wrap up Brewery Strong. So what's next on the agenda for Brewery Strong? And we'll talk more logistics after we're done with the show. Don't hang up, all right? We'll don't disconnect.
Do the thing. We'll do the thing.
We'll do the thing, but we want to do what we can, do our part.
Yeah. So the next thing is Battle River is actually doing a beer for us. We're doing a release party. I'm like jumping the gun probably, but it's January 21st. I want to say, if that's a Saturday.
Fair enough.
Battle River, they're awesome. They're in Tom's River. They make some awesome beers. They're
far from me, isn't it, Dave?
That is
so far.
It's like 8 minutes from you, isn't it?
Terrible.
Actually, wait. It's New Jersey. It's the Parkway. It's probably about 45.
Listen, kid.
As the crow flies, 8.
Yeah.
I tease John if anything is in his county or a bordering county.
It's 8 minutes.
It's 8 minutes away from
Listen. It's definitely worth it. It's going to be on January 21st.
October?
October.
Really jumping the gun.
Yeah. It's
an 8-month barrel aged stout. I mean,
so great. No, I think it's a red rye.
Ooh.
Don't quote me, but it's going to be something. It's going to be wonderful. We're going to have a release party.
So John, throw up on our website that Alexis says there will be a red rye at this event.
Yeah, I'm going to find out what it actually
Throw that red
is.
on there.
But it's going to be so good. And that's the thing, like, right, we can make a beer. One of the things we want to do is like pour beers at festivals for folks, so like people can know about us. We got some fun things coming up.
I've never done that.
No.
Pour a beer at a festival?
No,
he's kidding.
I'm joking.
Oh, okay, good. No, but yeah. Anyway, moral of the story is, like, honestly, at the end of the day, Brewery Strong wants to be a catch-all, awesome organization for the industry whoever you are,
Mhm.
support through education, through direct support grants, through, advocacy. We do Made in Jersey, which is my baby.
Mhm.
A
I want to.
festival
I want to. I want to
celebrating.
talk about Maine Jersey. We'll talk about Maine Jersey as we're going out. We'll talk
Yes,
about that.
love
So, just want to wrap up. So Brewery Strong. Yeah, look, Brewery. It's the website is brewerystrong.org.
Yep. So
And of course,
straightforward.
use the hashtag. Just search. I mean, you want to find anything
Hashtag
about it?
Jersey
Just hashtag Jersey Strong.
Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
all the
Check it all out.
things.
We'll share the website and we'll share everything on the Facebook
Yeah.
page and our website and everything else.
You can give
check
us
that
money.
out.
You can buy the beers. You can just, tell
Whatever
us-
you can do to get involved, please.
just tell people
jump
you
in and
like
do it and
it.
do it. Yeah,
Eventually, we're going to be putting
Even if
out.
it's just word of mouth, do it. Just
Yeah.
something. Just share it.
You
Share
wanna,
the
like,
hashtag. Share the hashtag.
Yeah,
Share the
if you're
hashtag.
like in school to be a brewer and you want money, let us know. We're gonna put some scholarships out for folks in brewing
Fair
school
enough.
to
There
do
you go.
money.
Do you put people through the? I just forgot that program.
We
I
have
said
some
it earlier
Cicerone
in the
stuff.
Cicerone. That's the.
We have some
wow.
Cicerone stuff. We have some White
That was
Lab stuff.
gone.
Yeah.
Listen, we're still getting our feet under us, but like we're here. We're here to help the industry. Love your support, love all of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Definitely. Okay, and we'll share that, and then when that release does happen and that firmed up, if it's January, we'll share it on the Facebook page.
It's
and
definitely
Instagram
January
and everything.
21st. Check it out. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. If we don't just show up,
we might just
Absolutely.
show up.
Calm down.
We got a tendency to do stuff.
We've been known to do that before.
I mean, kind of. That's the point.
Right.
like this Saturday.
Like the Saturday. Well, I have to go there, but you're just.
But we're showing up
Showing
as the
up.
locker room guys
Right.
to cover, and then
Love it.
I'm pulling double duty, but
play-
we're showing. Right.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I've still got to reach out to Ryan on that.
Yeah,
So
the Christmas keg tree at
The
the
lighting.
Cloverleaf, and the lighting is
Nice.
this Saturday.
But I know he's on a family vacation right now. I think he's in Mexico.
Who's that?
Ryan.
Ryan's in Mexico. Oddly enough, so is Matt. Maybe they're together.
Maybe.
Does Ryan's wife know?
Listen, Ryan's
well,
wife.
Matt's
might
diving. I don't know where
have
Ryan's
video.
going. So. Anyway, all right.
I'm not judging.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. It is top three time.
Top 3 time.
Top three list of the week. Top three. We mentioned it before. We always say here we do a top three list for two reasons. One, the number three, we pay homage to 1933.
Homage.
Love it.
Homage
love it.
to 1933, the repeal of prohibition, which was yesterday. So again, happy belated
awesome.
repeal day.
Well, the anniversary of it was yesterday.
The anniversary
was not just.
repeal it. No, it feels
not-
like in New Jersey. It feels like it was
Sometimes
yesterday.
it feels like we haven't yet repealed.
Right,
Just saying.
exactly.
Let's get
So-
yeah.
But the anniversary of it was yesterday. Yes, it was the 89th anniversary of it was yesterday.
Yes. Love it.
So
Yes, I do have the Christmas tree on a clapper.
there you go.
Not just any clapper. Hold on.
Crapper.
I almost said crapper.
No, you did
But-
say crapper.
I did say crapper, but no, it's clapper. But listen.
Oh God.
And on. There we go.
Oh,
There you go. Okay.
nice.
It's
nice,
a Darth
nice.
Vader clapper, yes.
Yes, it's a Darth Vader has to clap. What?
Yeah.
All right.
Love it. Love
You
it.
would think that suit would. Yeah, never mind.
But never mind. All right. Anyway. Okay. So on that note, tonight's and the other reason for we do a top three list is because a top 10 list would take too long. And Dave and I usually do more than three anyway. But
Yeah, we never stick to three.
all right.
Not never. I think last week.
Sometimes last week we did. We had
Yeah,
three,
that's last week we stuck to
So-
three.
All right. So tonight's top three list is top three favorite Christmas TV specials. Top three favorite Christmas TV specials.
Because
before we do it, we gotta-
Christmas is just down the road.
Just on the road.
Chris Weiser just said the fucking clapper. What the fuck? There you go.
Wow.
Oh, you're just
Well, Chris,
jealous.
He had it sitting around. He needed a use for it.
I'm
He figured
glad
it
Chris
out.
is here at the end. Listen, thanks, Chris. Love you. Love
He's
you.
just jealous.
There you go.
Bless.
So anyway, top three favorite Christmas TV specials. Alexis, please kick us off. Go first. What are
So
your top
I mean,
three?
I don't even know if I
3,
followed
2,
the assignment
1,
right,
whatever you
but
want to do.
Here
it's
we
fine.
are. Frosty the Snowman, Grinch, the animated version, and this is so fucking random, but it's this TV, the Snowman. It's a BBC TV thing. It's no words. It's all music. Fucking love it. The Snowman. These are my Christmas specials. I
There you
watch
go.
all the time.
Interesting. I might have to check that one out.
You
BBC,
should.
The Snowman.
The Snowman is this a little animated thing. It's I don't know. I love
And they
it.
just play music and he moves and dances.
No,
and...
it's like an animated thing, but there's no
Oh.
words. It's just like this like beautiful, gorgeous soundtrack. The Snowman. It's a story told in images and music.
There you go.
It's from like the 80s, I even want to say. It's from my childhood.
Do you recommend getting stoned before watching it, or?
I would say definitely watch it sober and definitely watch it stoned.
Ah,
Both
fair
of the
enough.
It
things.
sounds like one of those things where you.
Fair enough.
Yes,
might have to.
yes, it's
Fair
gorgeous.
enough.
It's gorgeous. There
Kinda
used to be
like-
this thing. There is this Christmas special from the 80s that David Bowie narrated, and it's a series of short films. The Snowman is one of them.
There you go.
David Bowie in some like he's got a scarf on. It is random as fuck. Find it because
But Bowie's involved. I'm so.
Bowie's involved, and the Snowman is one of the little shorts that it plays. Goddamn love it.
Nice. Very nice. Very
For
nice.
Matt.
Cool. All right, Samurai, yours.
Of course, a couple of honorable mentions.
Of course.
One of them being Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. Come on, that's just. It's a beautiful, wonderful, heartwarming tale of a bunch of. What are they?
Otters?
Woodchucks? Otters. Oh yeah, they're the otters.
They're otters.
They're otters.
Otters.
They're otters? That would make sense.
It was.
The other one, and as you just heard, I've got a Darth Vader clapper for my tree. So, of course, the Star Wars Holiday Special,
Love
which
it.
gave us Wookiee Life Day. Because they couldn't call it Christmas because you can't have, I don't know, I guess you can't have Christmas in space or in a galaxy.
far, far away.
Yes.
Would that have been would that have predated Christ? Predated?
I think, well, it's a
Might
long
have.
time ago in a galaxy.
It's a
far-
long time ago.
Long time
So,
ago. Yeah.
what is the exact measurement of
Long time?
long time ago? What is that? Say? If it's
Sun-
longer than
Sunday?
if it's longer than
No.
if it's longer than 2022 years ago, then yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
But to get to the more classic ones, and yet you mentioned one of them, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Mhm.
And I love John Carey, but Boris Karloff
Oh
narrating
yeah,
it.
no,
Yeah.
the OG.
And the
you
thing
know.
is, and the one thing is, from that, you understand that the Grinch had it wrong all along. The Who's gave it to him in the song. Christmas time is here as last, as long as we have hands to clasp. All he had to do was cut their damn hands off, and he could have stopped Christmas. That's it. That's
He
all
didn't
he
even
had to
steal any present, nothing. Just
cut the hands off.
right off. Right. Lop them off.
They gave
You
him
win.
the clue. In Fahu Dore Dahu Dore. It's just that's all he had to do.
But you know, maybe he was thinking that, but right at that moment his heart grew 10 sizes too big.
Too big.
And
Exploded.
and that was the end of it. And there you go. He was done.
He was done. So, but also, and these are really no particular order. Santa Claus is coming to town because it gave us that song, Put One Foot in Front of the Other.
Yep.
It's just one of my favorite songs. And also, it gave us Burgermeister Meisterburger.
Love it.
You know, one of the best bad guys in all of them. But when it comes to bad guys, there was no one better than Heat Miser and Snow
No,
Miser
of course.
in A Year Without a Santa Claus.
A Year Without Santa Claus, right?
Always my favorite, because I can't get behind Rudolph, even though that was
Oh,
always
no,
the
it's
first one.
Terrible movie.
Because Santa
Terrible.
Claus is such a dickhead in this
Such a
movie.
dick. No, I hate it. I hate
Yeah.
it.
I
can't.
love the fact that his wife is Italian. Santa, eat.
Come on, Santa, you need to eat.
No one wants a skinny Santa. It's amazing. I love that part of it.
Very Italian.
And Hermie the dentist, you know, he's great too. But it's just the fact that Santa's such a dick in that movie.
Such a dick.
in that special.
It's not good. It's not good.
No.
So,
After you, John.
wait, so what one were you dissing? That Santa was a dick in?
That was Rudolph.
Rudolph.
Oh, so you were dicking.
Terrible.
You
Rudolph is traumatizing.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
oh, it's all
I mean,
about
sorry if
peer,
it's in your top 3, but it is traumatizing.
it's all peer pressure. And it's just
Yeah, it's bad.
Fair enough. Fair
Is
enough.
is that on your list?
Of course. Of course. See what Dave does. Let me explain something to you, Alexis. What Dave does is he either takes mine or puts mine down before I even say them.
Even when he doesn't tell me, I just know. So there's this simpatico that I know what he's going to say.
Anyway.
Well, in fairness, I agree with Dave.
Anyway. Well, I'll give you. You don't know where it is on my list, so I'll give you this. So okay, my two honorable mentions. Okay, my two honorable mentions are The Year Without Santa Claus. All right. And whatchamacallit, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
At least it's honorable.
No, it's an honorable mention. Yeah.
Right.
Like I get it, the peer pressure and Santa and everything else.
Santa's
And
a fucking.
you're absolutely no, you're right and all of that. But when you
like
watch
a giving
it,
tree.
here's the thing: when you watch it as a young kid, right, and you don't get some of that stuff. And then you watch it every year because it becomes a tradition.
It's also
and it's just a romantic thing for you to watch that as you get older. And then you have kids. You haven't seen. Okay, the last time you watched it was maybe when you were 9 or 10, right? And then you have kids, and you're watching it in your late 20s and 30 and everything else, and you're still not thinking that or whatever. So that's where.
And Wisner just stole my line.
I'll get there.
At the end of it, he stole my line.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to step over his line. I like stepping over yours. I'm not going to do that to Chris.
Thank you. At least, Chris, at least you rate. Look at that way. So, there you go.
John, the hell.
Not so much. All right. So anyway, yeah. So Rudolph is on my honorable mention, and The Year Without a Santa Claus is also my honorable mention. My number 3 is Bing Crosby had a Christmas special. I think it was like 78 or 79. It was the one that the duet with David Bowie came from, where they did Little Drummer Boy and Peace on Earth.
That was a good one.
Right. So when the doorbell rings or it's knock on the door or whatever, and Bing Crosby walks down the stairs, opens, and David Bowie's there, and then they sing. That's my number 3. Okay. My number 2.
I'll say one thing about Bing Crosby though. That his Christmas album traumatized me. I worked in retail in a bookstore, and it's the only damn tape they had. And I looked at the manager. I said, if I have to listen to Hanukkah Likamaka one more freaking time, I'm going to Hanukkah Likamaka go apeshit here. Oh my God. It just,
Now, is it Hanukkah Likamaka? Is that another song? Or are you talking about
Melikimaka?
Melikimaka, yeah.
Yeah, no. It was
Melikimaka is the way to
I said it right the first time.
Hawaiian Christmas Day.
I said it right the first time. Hell, a Kalikimaka.
Kalikimaka.
It was
actually, I think you said Hanukkah Likamaka. So I
did not say Hanukkah. I said hell.
Rewind the tape. Let's see. Anyway. Okay, so Bing Crosby. My number 2 is Charlie Brown Christmas Special.
That's a great one.
One of my favorite Christmas carols, Christmas songs, if you will, comes from that. It's Christmas time. Yeah. Christmas time is here.
Vince
Guaraldi, man, that's a great
that song. Look, I'm one of these guys that actually likes Christmas carols. I don't want to listen to them all day, every day for 2 months, but I actually enjoy them. I listen to them, and I actually have like a playlist that I'll have on or whatever here and there, and it'll go back and forth throughout different Christmas carols or whatever. And there are so many different, whether they're top 40 or even like jazz versions or whatever, like in the vein of Vince Guaraldi and all that. Every like third song is Christmas time, and I'm fine. I leave it on. It's just gonna let it go. Listen to it,
But so John knows full well I'm not particularly religious, but I do get a little choked up when Linus goes, "Lights, please."
Yeah.
And goes through that whole passage from Luke, and it's just like,
gorgeous. It is.
There you go.
That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
Sure. And then my number 1, and of course Dave stole my thunder on this one, was Emmett Otter. Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. That was, golly, you have mashed potatoes?
Oh, the woodchuck. Those woodchucks.
The woodchucks, right?
The
Yeah.
woodchucks.
And they did all the songs they did, and they were going up against the River Bottom Nightmare Band. So
You mean Nightmare?
Nightmare Brewing, not River Bottom Nightmare Brewing, River Bottom Nightmare Band. So anyway, and I swear that one, I guess it was a weasel, right? In the if you recall it, in the River Bottom Nightmare Band, he reminded me of Jeff Skunk Baxter so much, even back in the day. You got to watch it again. You got to just look at it, just Google a picture of him. It just, I mean, he was playing guitar, and it was like just the mustache was hanging down, kind of like Skunk Baxter's mustache. So I was just that was just my take on it anyway. So
nice.
Anyway, is a very very singular mustache.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Anyway, yeah, check that out. On that note, I'll go back to Chris. He said Scrooge, Original Grinch, and Rudolph, because I didn't tell you, Bumbles bounce.
That was the line. Bumbles,
that was the line.
Bounce.
Bumbles
Looky what
bounce.
he can do.
Looky what he can do. There you go.
Scrooge was not a TV, was it?
Scrooge was a movie, but we'll give him a pass on this
we'll
one.
Give him
So.
a pass on that one.
There you go. And then of course you said that you weren't going to step on him like you do on me. He said, "Well, thanks." Ha ha ha.
Yeah,
So anyway, so there you go. So those are
Love
are
it.
mine. So,
Love it.
anyway,
Love
so.
it.
All right. You know what? Tell us about. I wanted to say the not that Brewery Strong isn't the best, and there's a lot of stuff going on Brewery Strong, and we'll share a lot of stuff on our Facebook and our Instagram and Twitter about it. But tell us about Made in Jersey Fest. You had the first one this year, and obviously you're going to do another one next year. We'll be there. Next year.
So yeah, I mean, it's a love story to New Jersey. There's so much that goes on in New Jersey that we're making. I've been wanting somebody else to do it. I've been telling a bunch of people for 5 years they should make this happen. And finally I just did it. Visit South Jersey, Camden County Board of Commissioners helped us out. It was a really fun time. We had, lots of craft alcohol makers, lots of just like New Jersey based crafters. It was our first ever, and I think it was great. We're going to do it again September or October of 2023. Just, a party for New Jersey. I honestly
love it.
New Jersey is a great place, and we do so many amazing things. And
don't let that get out. We don't want people.
Don't let
I
people
know. We're so bad about talking about it.
Please don't let people know.
It drives me nuts. This state is doing such crazy, awesome stuff,
but we don't like to share.
I know, but I do, and I want to.
But I don't. But the thing is, we don't want people on the roads, and I have pushed for the longest time. And maybe you can help me here. You know people in the government. I really want all the Welcome to New Jersey signs to say Welcome to New Jersey. Now get the fuck out of the left lane.
Turn around.
Get the fuck out of the left lane.
No, fun fact. I literally, my legislator, the guy who made the craft beer laws too, did a left lane law.
Really?
Yeah. It was designed to stop all this shit, and it's not.
It's designed to pop the people from Pennsylvania?
Basically, yeah. You're not supposed to stay in the left lane for more than 3 miles. Enforcement's kind of a shit show. But yeah, it actually is a law. And it was to keep Pennsylvania drivers out of the left lane on the way to the shore. And I swear to God, there is a left lane passing law.
Even to New York City, because Route 80 is choked with Pennsylvania license plates.
We have attempted. We have worked on it. We have tried. It is.
And when you get up to North Jersey, it's not just Pennsylvania; it's the New York plates. Also.
Oh my God! Listen, honestly, swear to shit.
Or I can vouch for the fact that Belmar, New Jersey. All right, I'm 4 blocks from the beach, and during the summer months, there are more New York and Pennsylvania plates parked in front of my house than New Jersey plates are.
No, and it's honestly, it's insane. If the left lane is,
I mean, it's what it is. It's fine. I'm not bitching. I have a driveway. It's fine.
Listen, if I'm on the turnpike and I'm going less than 90 in the left lane, there is something wrong.
Yeah, because especially on Route 80.
Yeah. It's
not just the interstate's number; it's the speed limit.
Yes.
Right.
It's the minimum.
So wait, so you're telling me when you're driving down Route 3 going to Lyndhurst, you go 3 miles an hour?
No, that's a state highway.
That's different.
That's a state highway. You've got it times by 30.
Yeah.
That's it. Fair enough. You know what's funny is my phone just popped up, and on the Coastal Brewworks Instagram, somebody named Alexis Drinks wants to send me a message.
I did. Well, I took a picture. I took a picture.
Oh, good.
Me chugging. I mean, I didn't actually. It's a lie. It's a lie. The picture's a lie. But I pretended like I was chugging. Call me Chris. I also tagged Bonesaw and AJ and Erin from Bonesaw and some other Bonesaw people because I'm a whore. It's fine.
We tried at the beginning of the show before we came on to talk.
Very nice. I will share the picture. So.
In doing a can chug on the show.
Yes. Here's the thing. I would.
Well, it's been done on the show before, but not by me or Dave. It's been done by a guest a couple of times. He's from far West Texas, and
he does it. He does it a very, very special way.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any tool to pierce the can with. He uses his thumbnail.
He pierces the bottom of the can with his thumbnail and then shotguns it. Yep.
So here's the thing. I mean, on one hand, that's impressive. On the other hand, what's he doing with his thumbnail?
It's not that long.
No,
it's not long at all. It's
pressure.
It's just the pressure.
Yeah, it's just a crease and pressure.
All right, listen.
And it's one of the many things he's known for, including the song "Velvet Hammer."
Velvet Hammer, exactly.
Which is a song, which is an ode to a beer. What's the brewery that brews that beer? Who brews Velvet Hammer? Looking it up now.
You check it out. Go ahead. While you check that out, anybody?
Petacolis.
Oh, Petacolis Brewery. Yeah. Alexis, any information coming up at some point will be posted for the Made in Jersey Festival? I know it's in October.
Oh yeah. I'm. Listen. I need to hammer the. I need the men's to get the fuck together and tell me a goddamn date. I just need a date. I want it to be October, whatever Saturday is, the 21st or the 23rd. I don't know how fucking calendars work, but I want the same weekend. I do. Listen, 20.
It's gonna be the 20. It'll be the 23rd because it was the 22nd this year, and I remember that because Dave and I didn't go down because we did a live feed from Montauk Brewing that day.
Well, moral of the story is, whatever it is, I want the date to be fucking set so I can tell everyone now. And I just need the men's to be like, yes, fine. And then I will let you guys know because
let us know and we'll post everything for it.
We have amazing vendors already lined up, dying to be part of it. My goal, honestly, ultimate goal is to make it a whole weekend long.
Nice.
And at a big convention center where we have everybody all the time, because I feel really badly being I can really only have so many people, blah, blah, blah. So the more people that come, the more alcohol I can have there. That's all I'm saying.
Great.
Oh, so it's all about you.
Yes.
Okay. That's fair.
Fair enough.
Always.
Yeah.
I am the most selfish, selfless person.
Selfish, selfless person. I like that.
That's good. Again, we're back to balance.
And honestly,
there you go.
I just want everyone to know all the amazing
things
that's happening in New Jersey all the time. So
there you go.
That's where we're at.
Anyway. All right. Anything else you want to tell anybody about anything that we talked about tonight, or anything we didn't touch on?
Listen, follow
any other
me.
Jersey Strong events.
Follow Brewery Strong. Follow Alexis Drinks. Find Alexis Degan because I'm not that shy at all. People are like, oh, I was at a thing and I was introducing my employees to the person who's known me for 12 years. And I was like, this is the guy that has all the secrets. And they were like, what secrets, Alexis? And I was like, oh yeah, that's true. I don't really have any because it's just, I'm here. I'm who I am.
There you go.
But yeah, Alexis Drinks, Brewery Strong, Made in Jersey, follow them all. Hit me up. I fucking love it when randoms come at me at bars and breweries and stuff. It cracks me up. My mom gets real excited.
There you go. And come have a couple of beers with myself and Alexis and a lot of other people.
Thursday
at the Mile.
Hell yeah, at the Mile. Saturday at the Cloverleaf. I won't be there at the Cloverleaf, but like you guys should go.
We will be there.
We will be there.
It's adopt a family. My December. What the fuck month is it? My December is very busy. And then I'm going to the Philippines.
It's December. The tinsel and the lights might clue you. Like
it's literally, I am Santa Claus for the entire month of December. I just wanted to be October because it's a lot of work.
There you go.
Anyway,
come
at me. Love you guys.
You got it. We'll post stuff. Anything that comes up, let us know. We'll share it on our Facebook page or our Instagram.
January 21st. Tom.
Yeah. We'll write that down. We'll plan on getting down there too. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
It's gonna be great.
Fair enough. Beautiful. All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
You got it. Stick around. Don't sign off. We'll talk for a couple seconds afterwards. But we will wrap the show up on that note for today. We want to thank everybody for watching, and for those of you just listening to the audio podcast, thanks for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.lagerroom.com. That's LAGERROOM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And, of course, our YouTube channel. All of them are at The Lager Room. Remember, we go live with the video podcast on both Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And for those of you who just want to listen. Or 7.
7:15, 7:45, it's fine.
It works. Somewhere on Tuesday evening.
Then.
Sometime after 6 p.m.
Sometime after 6, right. So for those, sometimes we actually started early sometimes. But anyway. For those
When we ever started early?
No, because you had to start early one night. That's why I said that.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Yeah,
that's
right. So for those of you who just want to listen to
was that when I was in Italy?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it's when I was in Italy.
Because it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. That's why it was there. So. Anyway, so for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music Podcasts, and iHeartRadio as well. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds, and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Drink a lot of beer, but drink responsibly. And we will talk to you soon, folks.
And that was great because I didn't have to do the John outro going through all the media platforms dance. Alexis did it for me.
There you go.
Love it.
Anyway, cheers, folks. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Happy
Cheers.
holidays.
I'm out of beer.
Oh, no.
You're never out of beer.
I've got a whole fridge of
I was going to say, you're not out of beer. All right.